Welcome to the Courtesy Violation Podcast.
What's up?
We are the B-Pool Hyenas.
That's a dolphin.
And finally, we got some news. A lot of news came over the Thanksgiving weekend. First off, let's just run through what we're going to go over.
Yeah.
Ken Climo leaving Innova.
Mm-hmm.
The guys, Jefferson, Swiss, over at Disc Golf World, breaking the news that Ezra Robinson is going to be signing with Discraft.
Yeah. Hearsay as far as I'm concerned, but we'll see.
And what else do we have? We had
we got the awards to go over.
The awards to go over, yeah.
Of course. And then I had a question
And we got
for
a
you
question.
and the audience if they want to partake. You know.
Before we get too far into it, go ahead and like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Get the word out.
Yeah, share it up. We appreciate you listening, as always.
Our podcast warriors, as I call you, go out there and do the footwork.
Yeah.
Just put in the work and get the good word out.
Yes. Thank you very much, podcast warriors.
Podcast warriors.
And go check our friends out at Russell Disc Golf.
Oh, yeah.
He has all the frisbees you could want, used, collectors.
All of them.
Like, he has everything. And it's RussellDiscGolf.com, I believe.
Yeah, with competing prices.
Yeah,
Telling
yeah.
you.
He has collectors, slightly used, heavily used. Like, if you like broken discs, that's where you go.
Beat all the shit.
Beat all the shit, yeah. Loved. I think he calls them loved and well loved and fuck to death.
Yeah. There's a fuck to death bin.
They're real cheap.
Very cheap. But go check him out.
Yeah, and use code, which one is it?
Oh, shit.
It's not CV Pod, it's
It is CVP20.
CV20 for 20% off, dude. 20% off at Russell Disc Golf.
I actually think
CVP20.
Oh, dude, I think I told you the wrong thing.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Because it's 20% off. That's a deal.
That is a deal.
That's a fucking deal. But go check out Russell Disc Golf.
Competing prices on top of our 20% off.
Yeah. So
Not gonna
go
get
hit
better
him
than
up. All right. I think it was either Thursday or Friday, right over Thanksgiving. We get a post from Innova saying Kenny Climo's leaving.
Yes.
Or they're separating.
Yeah.
And it was a
Organized.
very nice post.
It was a very nice post. It kind of didn't feel real to me. It's like in today's day and age where this is where we're at, we get posts whenever something like that happens. Like he's been with that company for 26 years, which kind of surprised me. I figured it was longer than that. I'll be honest with you.
26 years, a long ass time.
It is a long time. But yeah, I saw the post and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Had to make sure it wasn't a PDGA Rodman
Yeah.
hitting a no-hitter. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it was legit.
But it's real. And he their post was super nice, and then somebody on Facebook made a post about how maybe Innova's making room for Isaac Robinson, and him and his joint account with his wife commented, "Don't get it twisted, I left them."
Yeah.
I was like, "What the fuck?"
So it also sounds like he left with maybe some bad blood.
Yeah, I just wonder how much. I mean, they put his name on everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they should. He's the GOAT, right? Or one of the GOATs. And I mean, maybe he wasn't making what he thought he should be making. But I think in the past there's been some deals where they like went ahead and paid him out for use of his name and the KC plastic.
Okay, yeah.
But I can't really find much on that. But there's people are talking about it like it's real. So
Right.
and some of the people that's talking about it, I do think they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, well, that's funny too. In this community, like some things you're not going to be able to find if it's really old. You kind of have to go by word of mouth.
Yeah, because
it's like, oh, I remember when that happened in '99. You
Yeah,
know, there's no article online published or anything.
But he seemed that he was ready to bounce, or he wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I mean, their post was so positive towards him, and then he's
They
like, "No,
usually
I left them motherfuckers."
Yeah, they usually always are. You
Yeah.
know, and even Prodigy, you know, they've had some turmoil with their players in the past, but even whenever they go to a different sponsor, they're always like, "Hey, it was a cool 4 years. They're amazing."
Yeah.
So it's usually always pretty positive. But yeah, I would like to know exactly what went on and where he's going.
Yeah, I mean, the rumor now is Discraft, right? I mean, there's
I've heard
some people saying that. I'm gonna be an asshole, and I've amongst our close friends or our texts and stuff. I don't see the point of it. Like
As far from Discraft,
business standpoint,
yeah,
like anybody, I don't care who it is. Like, is there going to be ROI? I mean, maybe they're not paying him much, and they can get some ROI, but like the people that love Ken Climo are old heads, right?
right,
Old heads throw if some guy that's in his upper 50s that's been playing since the 90s and he throws KC or just throws T-birds,
right.
he's not going to quit
No.
throwing T-birds.
No, he's not going to throw a KC Climo or a Ken Climo Athena.
No.
Right.
They're not going to switch molds. The old heads throw what they throw, and that's all they fucking throw.
Yeah. I guess the best move for Ken Climo would go to like Gateway. That's his best bet. Go to Gateway. Old people, the old heads already throw the wizard.
That's true.
Get him a KC wizard.
I think that he's going to have his own line. I think that kind of makes sense. But still,
Yeah.
the ROI on it, I don't see it. Like,
What is
I'm
sorry.
Return of investment.
Okay.
Like,
I kept
so
thinking JOI and porn.
I like those too.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a return of investment on the JOI scene. Yeah. But ROI, like, it's unless they're not paying him much, I just don't see him pushing a lot of plastic.
No, I don't either. I don't, especially right now where the market's at, supposedly with disc golf, or I mean, not supposedly, it's pretty obvious that, things have slowed down, and first off, I don't see him getting a big check wherever he goes.
That's true.
Right. I mean,
yeah, in my head, I'm like, oh, he got paid, but he probably isn't really getting paid.
I mean, probably better than Innova was paying him.
Or he wouldn't have left. Right?
Right.
There has to be, unless he is getting his own line or even his own, like Stokely's got his own line of discs now.
Yeah.
Maybe there's going to be a Ken Climo line of discs.
Yeah.
Like the way he put it, it was an offer he couldn't refuse. Like, is this going to Discraft and putting his name on some molds? Is that an offer that he couldn't refuse? Or was he not making shit at Innova?
Right. So anything was an offer that he couldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I took this deal with Lone Star, actually. They're hooking me up.
I've heard something about that because they're trying to, Lone Star's done. Yeah. Like, what they are right now, they're done. And they're going to have to remarket it somehow.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
A lot of interesting stuff. I had this thought the other day. Whatever happened to Nico's property that he bought down in Houston? It was supposed to be a professional level. He's wanting to put a professional level disc golf course on it.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't heard anything about that since really he signed the paper to get the property.
Yeah, but he could be working on it.
True.
Right?
Yeah, he could be.
He just
there's so many questions that I'm like, I want to know what's going on, especially obviously when it comes to, manufacturers and what's going on. Who's signing to where would be nice to know, but is Lone Star still? How are they going to be doing? How's Prodigy going to be looking after this year?
Yeah, it's gonna be weird, and
those smaller brands in general, Thought Space. I mean,
and from what we've heard from some sources that we shall not name, there's probably gonna be some really crazy. There's still gonna be some really crazy shit this off season.
Yeah,
like and maybe even leading up into the season.
Yeah,
like it's been boring so far. I think it's gonna
like
start getting wild.
Too. You pointed this out to me. It was like this last season where it was kind of a slow start, and then right whenever the season was about to pop off,
New Year, it popped off.
Yeah, around New Year, people started coming out of the woodwork.
Well, I mean that makes sense because that's when the contracts, kind of end up.
Makes sense.
But there was a lot more. There was a lot more rumors. Like we kind of knew the Gannon thing. Yeah. Like you're not really hearing much about. You're starting to hear about Isaac, but before we get to Isaac, Ezra, our boys at Disc Golf World, they're reporting that he is going to Discraft.
Yeah. I guess they have it on good authority to know that because he hasn't posted it yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm still like, we'll see.
Yeah, I think they know.
I'm sure they know.
I'm pretty sure their source is probably a very good source.
Yeah, it's amazing that they just released a video like, yo, he's going to Discraft. Did he say so? No, we're telling you.
Believe that. Jefferson's up in it.
He's ballsy. I like it. I like the route.
Do too. They're doing if you don't watch Disc Golf World, you're crazy. But they're doing a Christmas thing where they're releasing a video every day this month. So go enjoy that because I am for sure.
Yeah, honestly, if you want real news and more news in about 15 minutes, you just go ahead and go to their page. Don't stop listening to us right now to go do it. Finish the episode, then go check out their stuff.
The only thing I wish they'd do more is show Swiss more. Swiss is a piece of ass.
He really is.
He's a piece of ass.
They need to have more of him on there than Jefferson.
Yeah, for sure. Jefferson sucks.
So Ezra Robinson to Discraft. That's the word.
That's the word, and I'm taking it as truth. Like I think he's there.
Okay.
Okay. This opens the question, right? If they're re-signing Ezra or they're signing Ezra Robinson, what are they going to do with all these other free agents they've got that's coming this year?
Yeah, because we got a list right here. The free agents at Discraft is Anthony Barella, Adam Hammis, Corey Ellis, Ben Calloway, Ezra Aderhold, Clemens, and Brody Smith.
Yeah. So who's going to move around off the elite team? Is Ezra going to be on the elite team? He's a top 5 player in the world. He should be, even though he doesn't have that W.
Yeah,
he's a top 5 player in the world. The W's coming. Dude.
It is. I mean, he came very close this year a few times. Yeah, you would have to think names like. Let's try to deduce the people that maybe aren't going to be on the elite team,
or maybe not even signed back.
Not even signed back. We'll say that.
Let me say this real quick. They are having sales on Corey Ellis stuff. So that's a sign that.
And I know you hate that.
I love Corey Ellis.
You're
do.
A Corey Ellis
I like
fan.
his story. Yeah, I like his story. I will say they gotta keep AB. Nobody's AB's. You see more AB merch at tournaments or even out at your local.
Yeah.
AB merch is everywhere.
Yeah, they may have made more. They surely made more money off of his jerseys than they did his disc sales this year. I don't know. That's a ballsy ass statement. I don't know.
No, not really,
numbers,
because
but I've seen a lot of
it's
Barella
a stupid
jerseys.
disc. He needs to pick something besides the.
What was it? The Venom.
The Venom.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Nobody can throw the Venom.
Yeah. AB can.
AB can, but nobody's AB. Like
Sure.
he needs to get more. He had the T-Bird when he was at Innova.
T-Bird 3.
Yeah, T-Bird 3. He needs to go with more of something like that.
Absolutely.
He'd sell a shit ton of them.
I bet you're right.
The Venom's just a brutal disc, dude. It's
I think
crazy.
Hey, I'm sorry, Paul, but fucking put his name on a Luna. Give him a yellow Luna.
They have the mashup, the Paul and AB Luna.
Okay, yeah.
But I think he should go something a little not as crazy as the Venom, right?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But anyway, they got to keep AB.
Yeah, I'm assuming they would definitely do what they can to keep AB.
Yeah.
That's once again not really knowing what the financial situation's looking like, but assuming that they'll probably go ahead and try to pick AB again. You would be, unless there's just somebody paying crazy money right now for AB.
And that's possible.
It's possible, but Discraft's up there with the people.
Yeah.
So I would imagine they have something to answer, and he would stick with them. It doesn't look like he was on his way out, you know?
No.
That doesn't mean shit.
But also, if you're AB, and I don't know, do you think he chose for the Venom to be his signature disc?
I don't know.
If he gets a cut for each sale of his signature disc, if they come to you and say, yeah, we're going to make a 14 speed with a 4 fucking fade, your signature disc.
You just have to be like, all right, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't even throw that.
I mean, it's like, you would think, if you got to choose, he would have chose something else, but I'm not sure how that works.
Now, I have seen him throw his signature Venom.
Oh, for sure.
Personally.
He can throw it, but normal human beings cannot throw that Frisbee.
Yeah, maybe make your pro model the marketable for people with AM arms.
Yeah.
For the amateurs.
Like Bradley Williams. Him coming out with that baby destroyer, even if he doesn't throw it, it's genius.
And he's always like showcasing new understable to stable discs that are good for beginner to intermediate levels.
That's what
the
people
Gorgon
buy.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, let's get back. We're bouncing around.
That's cool, dude.
Okay, we said Ben Calloway, Ezra Aderhold, Chris Clemens,
Brody
so Smith.
You would have to imagine that Ben Calloway, if out of all of those names, could be the one axed.
What if they move people though? Like Brody. Like I heard Jefferson say something about moving Brody over to like the Icon team, where he could still have, because they don't want Brody sells plastic.
Yeah.
Regardless of what we think about him, that motherfucker sells plastic. His Get Freakies.
Get real with Get Freaky.
Yeah, I mean they sell like hell. So you got to keep him on the team.
Yeah.
He makes too much money.
Yeah.
So if you move him over to the Icon team, that opens up a spot on the Elite team or whatever. It's the Elite, and then what's the one that Clemens is on? I can't remember.
Not that.
No, but I think maybe they could move around, but I can't see them signing everybody. Not with the market, the way the market is, unless they just lowball the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
And that's possible. I don't know that any company is going to be offering these players like crazy contracts this year.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know at all, actually.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm completely talking out of my ass.
I know, but I'm with you. Like, there's no telling what the move's going to be until we start seeing more.
No.
Seeing what's going to happen with players, where they're going, who's jumping ship, who can stay around.
Yeah.
But I would have to imagine.
Ezra Adderholder's not going anywhere.
I wouldn't think Ezra Adderhold, AB, and honestly, I'm going to say Hamas and Clemens is staying. Oh, no, and Brody.
Brody's for sure. Brody's for sure staying.
Damn, that only leaves Ben Calloway.
And he had a good year.
He did. He had that cool ace at
I don't think it matters,
too.
though. Like, look at Kyle Klein. Like, he's a top 10 player in the world, and from what I'm understanding, they're trying to cut his pay.
Yeah.
So,
Discmania talk.
He's 1 year off of a USDGC championship.
Yeah.
And they're like,
it's almost like they forgot about him.
We're going to cut your fucking pay.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah, that makes you wonder what exactly is it's going to I mean, Brody Smith, you would think he's like, yeah, give me the money. He's going to have to go for the money. I mean, surely, are they going to be able to keep him?
I think so. I think,
you know what I mean?
Man, it's kind of like Nate Sexton, right? He doesn't get on the league cards much. He doesn't get on feature cards much. You don't get to see him play much. But I'm sure he gets paid fine, and he'll never leave Innova because he knows he can drop a Firebird every year.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same way with Brody. Those get freakies, dude. They sell.
And
they sell out.
And they're still wearing the company's logo on their shirt too.
Oh yeah.
Like, so they know that they're representing them well.
Yeah, the Dark Horse stuff. I mean, it's and he's huge in media. He's got the biggest disc golf podcast besides us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like,
of course,
why wouldn't they pay him just for that reason? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would think so. I'd say he's staying with them.
I do too. I don't think he's going anywhere. Honestly, I don't know who would be the one that's getting axed. From one, I hope it's not Corey Ellis.
And hopefully not Corey Ellis. But
I would say Corey Ellis.
Yeah.
As much as I hate it, I like him. Like, he's one of my faves. Didn't have a great year last year. Like, he doesn't have a huge.
Is that all it takes?
I'm so big like on social media when it comes to the people signing these contracts, right? Because it stinks. Like, a great player like Gavin Rathbun had a good year last year. Come back from his injury, hurt his back, and balled out. Played great, but I don't see him getting much of a contract because he doesn't have a social media presence.
Right.
It's almost, the social media presence is almost as important as the playing.
Yeah.
Unless you're winning tournament after tournament after tournament. You know what I mean? If you're just in that medium, in that rank 10 to even, after 10 to like 25, if you're in that area, if you don't have a social media preference and you're not moving plastic, you're not gonna.
No.
I don't think they're gonna care about you. I could be wrong, man. We shouldn't be talking business because we suck at this, but that's how I feel. Right.
They're looking at it now that spending has tightened up a little bit. You're saying that they're probably looking at players more so as like, how much are they really going to be able to bring to this? Is what you're saying. And a social media influence is huge in that regard.
In disc golf, social media is almost as big as the way you play.
You're going to see a lot of neurodivergent players their head's going to be on the chopping block.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
I'm afraid you're going to see some people that may be a little awkward in interviews and not be on the Pro Tour this year, or only a few events. Hey, I'll also learn something. Side note: did you know a Pro Tour card is like $1,000?
Yes, and I heard Brody talking about it, and he wasn't so super happy about it. Like, it's a lot of people think that it's a big waste of money, but you do get like early entry before it goes into like ratings or whatever. But if you're a top pro, Brody said what it got you in. I'm not quoting him. But he said it got you snacks and a parking spot.
That's nice.
That's what he said. $1,000 for snacks and a parking spot.
Well, that's all your tournament fees.
No.
Really?
No. They still got to pay tournament fees. That just gets them the chance to get in the tournaments.
Oh,
No.
maybe I was misinformed.
Yeah, that's not no. The
I'll be
$1,000 just to get they get early registration for tournaments.
Ugh,
Yeah, yeah, no, that's not the tournament fees. They still got to pay for that.
that sucks. So it's basically
A parking spot and
snacks.
According to Brody.
According to Brody,
Now that
I believe him. He seems like he would be honest about it.
Yeah, and he did say something funny about like he said that Gannon. He said Gannon gets his money worth. He said every time you see him at a tent, he's like filling up his bag with snacks. And like going to the Airbnb.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
and he's also going to win that tournament most likely too. So he's also going to get paid more than everybody.
Yep. That's
he wants it all.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not the tournament fees. It's not. It's that gives you, like I said, but after like the people with the tour cards, they after they register, then it goes by ratings. So even if you was a top player, if you didn't play, you didn't pay to get the tour card, you probably still would be able to get in most of the tournaments because the top players are rated.
Yeah,
as the top players, Yeah. But I don't know. And I also heard that most of the time the sponsors pay for the tour card.
Yeah, I was wondering that, especially. Well, I mean, obviously, like tournament fees are probably getting paid for.
Like Drew was Drew Gibson that was on Tour Life when they were talking about it, and he's like, I don't have anybody to pay for my tour card. I had to pay for that myself.
Yeah,
and he was like, it's bullshit. And he's like, the snacks suck.
They're not good snacks.
I want healthier snacks, is what he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's like, it's nerds and shit.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like awesome snacks. Sounds like what you would think the kind of snacks would be at a disc golf tournament for disc golfers.
Yeah, packs of crackers and nerds.
Yeah. Some fucking
It's probably the same
pre-rolls.
ones that we got at, when you're at a tournament and you have VIP, they have the snack tents,
I don't know anything about it, buddy.
But, yeah, they got snacks, crackers, Belvitas, shit like that. Yeah, Belvita's some money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if
He's
you don't
a
like
liar.
Belvitas, you're a fucking weirdo.
Gibson's a liar.
Yeah,
Belvita's the shit. Blueberry?
But cinnamon, all of them.
Oh, dude.
Blueberry's my favorite for sure.
A multitude of flavors.
Did you think that Kristen got hosed? Not getting the FPO Player of the Year? Because a lot of people think that she might have got a hosing.
Because she lost it to
Missy Gannon.
Gannon.
Yeah, I should say that. Missy Gannon won FPO Player of the Year. That Elaine King.
I would have to see. I didn't read all the
stats.
The stats. I'd have to see the stats.
I think.
But damn, yeah, I could see the argument.
Yeah, I mean, she had good stats. She missed a lot with that injury.
Yeah.
But besides the time that she missed, her stats were good. But
absolutely,
Missy got the DGPT championship,
she
which
did.
Means something. I don't know.
She got tour points, first in tour points.
I could see it either way.
Yeah,
it doesn't bother me.
I'm happy for the Missy Gannon.
Me too.
Yeah,
I mean, she's American.
She's American. Hasn't Kristen had enough of fucking accolades?
She dominates.
Yeah. Do you think she's like crying in her fucking on her silk pillow right now,
I doubt that she
being
cares.
fed grapes by little Estonian cherubs?
No, she's in Dubai. She's in Dubai riding around in Lamborghinis. Yeah. So she's like, I don't give a fuck about that trophy.
No, I don't think she cares.
I think she probably does care. She's super competitive. So,
she is?
Yeah. So I think that, she probably does care, but not enough that she's not in Dubai.
No.
She's not like in Dubai worrying about it.
Yeah.
Her and Silver are just over there fucking living the life, wearing turbans and playing in the sand,
For sure. They're probably definitely on a beach right now, renting a fucking badass car. Just chilling. I'm sure, like, as soon as they saw the post from DGPT, she was just like, oh, okay. And then put her phone back down and started tanning again.
Yeah, it just didn't bother her a bit.
Doesn't matter. I love seeing by the way, side note, I love seeing pros balling out on the off season.
I do too.
Ezra Aderhold goes hard.
He does.
He goes, same thing. Last year he went to Dubai. Maybe he did this year as well.
He goes around the world.
Yeah, he's been traveling as well.
He was in Japan. He literally goes around the world.
Yeah, how the fuck does he afford it?
He's a fucking supermodel, dude.
That's true. You forget that when you're that hot, you kind of get to just do a lot of stuff for free.
Yeah. Yeah, he just goes over there. Maybe he's a gigolo. We talked about
goes-
this. He's a gigolo on the side. Dude.
So
He
you think
has
that's how
to
he's
be.
making his money?
Yes.
I figured he just goes to the airport and he's like, "Yeah, I'd like to go to Dubai," and they're like, "That'll be," and he just looks at him like he hits him with blue
He
steel.
flexes his fucking bicep.
And they're like, "You can just get on the plane, sir. No problem."
Yeah, him and his homeboys. They do it every year, man. That's balling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool as hell.
Hanging out,
I'm
wearing
happy for him.
cut off gloves,
Yeah,
fingerless gloves.
Fingerless gloves, riding camels.
Yeah, having a jacket, but not to wear it, just to hang it on a finger and over your shoulder like this, and look over it.
I seen he was at the Samurai Museum throwing fucking ninja stars.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Or ninja museum, some kind of museum over in Japan.
Okay, I was about to say, was it like actually over in Asia somewhere?
Yeah, in Japan. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he wasn't as good at that as he is this guy.
Really?
Yeah, I was hoping he'd sling one through the fucking board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't though.
It's funny how some people's power don't transfer from sport to sport.
The ninja star throwing.
You would think that if you had a smooth forehand, you could probably bomb a fucking ninja star.
Did you ever have ninja stars?
I've had some a wide array of flea market weapons.
Have
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't see it.
Nunchucks.
Did you?
Yeah, the size.
Yeah,
Sights.
I didn't have size.
Yeah. I had
I grew up in Gallenberg.
various swords.
I grew up in Gallenberg. We had China bazaars, dude.
Yeah.
I had ninja stars for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, I guarantee it.
And I got in trouble for throwing them in my wall.
Yeah.
I did for sure.
Yeah. Did your dad call you gay for having a butterfly knife?
No.
He's like, put a case in your pocket.
I had a butterfly knife too,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a lot of
I
butterflies.
had a butterfly knife that was a cone.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that
You
was
just
sick.
whip it open? Yeah. Well, I mean, not as cool as a real knife.
No. But you ever tried to comb your hair with a real knife? It fucking sucks.
It's a little more dangerous.
That's why you're bald.
Yeah, no shit. That's what happened. All right, to keep going though.
Oh, anybody? I guess you're shocked that Gannon Burr won the MPO, Kenny Climo MPO Player of the Year, right?
No shock there. Makes sense. Yeah, I guess
don't
we
even
should go.
wanna talk about that.
You don't?
I mean, why? I mean, everybody knew
Yeah.
the Gannon thing was kind of. It was a toss up for me. You know what I mean?
Who's gonna win Player of the Year?
No, the Missy Gannon.
Oh yeah,
the
Missy
FPO,
Gannon. Yeah. For sure. That makes more sense. Gannon Burr. I mean, come on.
I think Evelina
Who's gonna
even
argue
had should have had her name in it. I mean, she won
Yeah.
Worlds. She won 2 other tournaments. Like she should have been there, right?
Well, sure, but she also won 2 other awards.
I know.
So you got Player of the Year with Missy Gannon and Gannon Burr. Rookie of the Year award goes to Emily Weatherman and Jessie Niemanen.
Yep.
So there you go with
The Weatherman. I was glad. I thought she deserved it. Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, best in FPO for that award. That no other name comes to mind. Most improved player goes to Evelina Solonen and Joseph Joey Buckets Anderson.
Yep.
So
I like both of those too.
Yeah.
The only one I would argue with is the comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
I thought Paige Pierce should have got it.
Over Evelina?
Yeah. She came back from an injury, played good. I mean,
Okay.
that was a brutal injury. Like,
Yeah.
she played good, and I think she should have got that, because to me that's what comeback means. Like, you coming back from an injury, like you don't get to play the season before. I think Gavin Rathbun should have won.
Yeah, I think that would have been a good argument for that as well.
Like but I mean he did win, but I mean that's how he came back from an injury. See, that's how I get comeback player of the year. So he come back from an injury. Paige Pierce come back from an injury.
So you use comeback in the very literal sense.
And that's just. I'm pretty sure that's the way all sports. Yeah. That's the way I've always thought of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have in other sports. That's how I've always seen it as. Like,
you come back from injury.
You come back from an injury, or you come back for some reason you didn't get to play a season or whatever. Most of the time, injury. Yeah.
Makes sense. We got the community champions being Paul Macbeth and Kristen Tatar. Also, to Paul Macbeth, no brainer.
Yeah.
He has done so much for disc golf, and we've talked about it on the podcast just the last year of how much he's done and how many courses are popping up everywhere, and how he has his hands into the work of all of it.
Yeah.
Seemingly.
Yeah, he's
and still out there playing top 10 golf.
Yeah, I mean, there was nobody else that could.
No,
that can win that.
no, for sure. And I hope sky's the limit as far as I'm concerned with Paul Macbeth Foundation, and
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like he's slowing down, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see from
Out of a goat.
out of legends of the
Yep.
sport.
Yep.
It's shit like that.
Yep.
He has the money, he has the amenities. I think so he's able to kind of put forth this kind of effort and time into it. You would have loved to seen something like that with a Ken Climo. Money was a lot different back then,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Legends of the sport.
You're talking tens of thousands and
Yeah.
10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to see Paul Macbeth kicking ass in that regard. Kristen Tatar, yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm sure she's
she's all about Zen and
Yeah.
finding your inner peace and
Yeah.
winning everything.
Yep. I'm all about that too. I think two good choices. Can't argue. Wouldn't argue.
No.
I really don't have a clue what Kristen Tatar does for the community.
I mean,
I know Paul does a lot.
yeah, I wonder if that was one of those ones where they're like, there's really not many FPO players that are really.
I'm sure she does do a lot.
Let's just give it to Kristen.
Yeah.
She should have got Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We fucked her out of the other one. Let's
Yeah.
give her this
So they
one.
just gave her that one to make her happy. She gets the other notification in Dubai. She's like, huh.
Then it goes right back to
Goes right back. It doesn't matter.
No.
She doesn't give a shit that she's the community champ.
Yeah. That's your awards.
There's your rewards. This is pretty cool. I'd like to see more stuff, more content like that out of the DGPT, PDGA too. I'd like to see more fun games and questions and get more debates. And
When we were looking for this, and this is a complaint, I guess. We were looking for the winners, and there was no like article written that just told the winners of the awards. Like, you had to go to their Instagram post to find who they were. Like, why is there not an article written?
Yeah, that should be written down somewhere.
Yes. They want to, like, there's a lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
That DGPT does. But something like that seems like just a no-brainer that there should have been an article written.
Yeah, I figure there would.
Or maybe there is. But they should use enough keywords that when I'm looking for DGPT award winners 2024, that it should be the first fucking thing.
Disc golf should be searchable to where I don't have to type the question and then read it afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to ultimately end up going to a Reddit post where someone has discussed
No
it.
shit.
Disc golf needs to be that. That's all I need disc golf to do is make it to where it's as popular to the point of where it's easy to search.
Yeah.
To look stuff up.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes.
Yeah, keep the change with everything else. But as far as growing the sport, I had a question that I was wanting to ask you, and then I guess if the people listening want to chime in, they can
please
comment or whatever. But have you ever played with somebody that had a disc golf name? Like a disc golf, I don't want to say, not alter ego, but like a nickname, but that's disc golf related.
I don't think so.
Because like I've played with a few, and I know we talked about it on the show before, but like I've played with a couple guys. The only one time I can think of playing with these two guys was at the same time. And one of them's name was, I don't remember their actual names, but he wanted to go by Crush. This guy had been playing for like 20 years too.
It was definitely disc golf?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I can only assume. He kept, whenever I was
he drinking an orange drink?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't
Making
dressed
sure.
in orange and fucking. I mean, what else could it mean? Crush?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, watch this, and crushes a beer can on his head. No. By the way, he didn't crush.
He didn't.
He didn't really crush. And then the other guy I was playing was same round, but it wasn't disc golf. No, it was. It was like, fuck.
Fairway and regulation.
Yeah. Just call me C2. I don't remember, but it was two at the same time. And one of them was definitely confirmed. Come on. Crush, that's a disc golf related.
Probably,
nickname.
more than likely.
And that's fucking lame.
It's wild.
I just want you to know, if you're doing that out there, that's crazy.
They call me two-putt Gibbs.
Two putts?
Yeah.
Give you two putt?
I'll give you two putts, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes three putts.
Yeah, that's you don't want to go with a nickname like that, because if you ever have a tough day on the putting green, people are going to be like, I thought you were on two putts.
More like 3 butts today.
Yeah, they'll
buddy.
be talking a lot of shit.
Mad shit.
So I guess that's my question is like, have you ever played with somebody who's like so in the disc golf world that they're like, no, like call me that too.
I don't think I've ever played with anybody with a disc golf nickname. Maybe. I mean, it seems like I should. Like
Yeah.
old Spinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Old
Flick.
Yeah, I bet there's
Ed Flick Johnson.
There's got to be some flicks out there for
Yeah.
sure. Or Spinner.
Yeah.
There's old Spinner.
Of course.
I
don't.
Let's see. What else would be a good disc golf nickname?
Fucking.
Oh, extent.
That's just, they're out there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You can be as creative as you want with them. That's what's fun about it. But that's the question. If you guys want to chime in, let me know of anyone you've played with that had a disc golf nickname and if you ridiculed them or not.
Because you should have.
You should have. I took the pussy route and I didn't say anything, but it's funny. Like there was a couple times where I'd call out the guy's name that was on the scorecard and he was like, you can call me Christ.
No.
Yes.
Jesus.
And I was like, okay.
I don't know. Sometimes I tell everybody just call me Gibbs.
That's not the same.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah.
I just don't look when people say my real name. Like my first name. When people say it, I don't even acknowledge it.
Yeah, you're just
A lot
like
of times.
Josh. That could be anybody.
Well, it stems from work. It seems like I've always had multiple Joshes in our groups that we work with. So none of us went by Josh.
Yeah.
We just went by our last names. So. But I guess that's as weird as I get with nicknames. I'm not gonna give you two butt.
No, you just go with the last. It's not even a nickname. It's just your last name.
True. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I did have a good Thanksgiving. I had only a couple. I had to go to 2 different places, which kind of sucks. I don't like going to multiple gatherings
in one day.
Well, it sounds awesome when you say it out loud. You go, what do you mean you don't like going to multiple Thanksgiving dinners? I just don't want. I don't want. I just go to one place, see everybody, and then I can go away and not have to. I like that. I don't like having a bunch of obligations. It feels like obligations to me. Yeah.
You hate your family.
I hate
You're
my
lazy. You hate your family.
I love my family, but they all need to gather in the same place. I went to 2 different places to see my whole family, and that's bullshit.
That is kind of wild.
You know, I'm not going to see the
same
in-laws.
side of family.
Family.
Yeah, it's the same side.
Yeah.
So it's like you had 2 places to see the same family.
Yeah, it's just some of them didn't go to the one place.
That is different. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Pissed me off. How was your Thanksgiving?
Disgusting. Like yeah. Just ate.
Yeah.
Way too much.
So it was good.
I learned I really like sweet potato pie. That was my big take. Like I don't think I had ever tried one.
Yeah.
And my father made a couple from scratch and absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Like delicious. And
I don't
ate so much, man.
So that's your takeaway from Thanksgiving 2024 is you're like, actually sweet potato pie is pretty good.
Yeah.
See I've never really, I don't fuck with sweet potato stuff. I've probably tried sweet potato pie before, but I don't ever order sweet potato fries or anything like that whenever I go out to eat. So, especially if it's got like the melted, that have marshmallows and shit in it.
The pie?
Yeah.
No. My mom makes,
that's a sweet
my
potato
mom
casserole.
makes yams with, the marshmallows and stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking of different things.
Yeah, the sweet potato pie was different. It was really good. This is not I'm not proud of this. This actually, I hope that everybody can show more restraint and don't have an addictive like they're not addicts like me. Like I guess I'm a food addict too, whatever. But I gained 7 pounds last week.
Yeah,
7 fucking pounds. It took me a month to lose 7 pounds of hard work and strict diet.
and it was that easy to gain it back.
And I gained 7 fucking pounds from probably like Wednesday till Sunday.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Like it really is. It's fucking gross.
Let this be
I am a fucking animal, dude. I have no restraint. This is the reason I have to be sober. I don't know how to fucking do anything in moderation. I don't know, like, it's so sad. It's sad. It's really sad.
Dude, during the holidays, everybody fucking pigs out.
7 pounds in 4 days?
Maybe.
I don't think that's normal. Like, I seriously ate a whole pie, a whole sweet potato pie,
Yeah.
pretty much by myself. I think my wife had one piece out of it.
Yeah.
I also had a chocolate pie, and I ate the majority of it.
The way, and while you're naming these off, I'm thinking of them like on a plate, and then like there's the pie, and then a pie on top, and then whatever pie's on top of it, and then you go and just
Like
shove it.
Scooby,
Yeah,
Scooby.
like a Scooby Doo. You're like a 3-foot long hoagie sandwich.
Like it's sad, man. I mean, I had a great time. There was great food, you know.
So this is a cautionary tale. Is
yeah, it's just don't be a piece of shit.
don't be a
like
piece
I
of shit
am,
on
dude.
Thanksgiving, on
Like,
holidays.
it's terrible. Like, you gotta have some kind of restraint when it comes to anything.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, that's the reason I have to be sober, because, like, I'll eat or drink or fucking whatever.
Every day will be Thanksgiving, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm so strict on my diets, because I don't even lose that much weight. If I don't have some kind of fucking, I have to stop myself. I'm a gross human being, dude.
That's not true.
I'm such an addict.
That's not true, man. Like I said, I think you get a pass on the holidays. I think for the holidays, you should be a little bit more lax about it. You know, now you don't eat like that every other fucking day.
No, because if I did, I would be back up to 320 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still fat. I'm fat. Look at me. If you're watching, look, I'm fat.
Damn, boy, he's thick, boy!
65.
That's a thick-ass boy!
I played better disc golf when I was that fat. I thought by getting in better shape that I would play better disc golf.
So maybe you should eat more.
Maybe I should.
And
Maybe
then
I should.
return to your roots.
Yeah, something. I need to do something.
Didn't miss putts like this whenever I was 300, you know. There's no way.
All right. We hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Appreciate you joining us. We will be back later this week with another episode. We're going to have a special guest.
It'll be fun. First timer.
Yep. Love y'all.
See y'all later.
Bye.